Hi, guys. Welcome to the weekend energy update for Saturday, January 27th and Sunday, January 28th. I can't believe that we're already at the end of January. Time just goes by so fast. Even the days are going going by really fast, and it's going to get even faster when Uranus stations direct in Taurus. He's already stationed, but he'll be direct in Taurus on Saturday. Saturday morning, actually. He's been retrograde since August of 2028, and all planets now will be direct until April 1st, when Mercury begins retrograde in Aries. So April Fool's Day, it's not a joke, I promise. Mercury will be beginning retrograde, stationing retrograde in Aries on April Fool's Day this year. So if that tells you anything about what kind of year we might be having, like if you wanted to have a clue on what kind of year Mercury will be, yep, that's the first Mercury retrograde. So Uranus is direct. So the moon in Virgo, let's talk about that. Uranus direct is really going to start making, putting in action and in place all of the changes that need to happen, the shifts and the changes. So when Uranus is retrograde, we do and say certain things in our lives and make certain choices. And they kind of build up to that chain reaction to when Uranus goes direct and all the changes happen from all of those things that we said and did and right? Uranus sort of helps with the manifestation process, and it's not a bad thing. We just think it's a bad thing because as humans, we don't like change. Humans don't like change. That's just a human thing, I guess. Some do. I'm okay with change now. It's still hard. I still bitch about it, but I do it, still do it, right? So the moon here is in Virgo, and actually I got to back up because I'm at night. I'm showing this at way at night on Saturday. Let me back up here. We start the day with the moon in Leo, and the moon is void in Leo after making a square to Uranus. The moon has been void in Leo. So void throughout the day, not doing a lot, void, ingress to Virgo, nothing's happening, void. And then we begin to see this Earth trine happening with the moon and Venus and Jupiter, these blue lines here in the middle. We're seeing this big grand Earth trine, which is kind of pleasant, very pleasant. And then, that happens, and we also oppose Saturn all sort of at the same time. And this is much more in the evening and then even overnight hours. So Saturday is going to be a stark contrast to what Friday's energy was. And the Mercury and Mars are still conjoined, right? We still it's still happening here. There's still a degree, Mercury moves much faster than Mars. So Mercury's going to be out of there real quick. No problem. Mercury is not going to conjoin Mars until October of 2025. So they're not going to do we're not going to have this kind of tense energy again for a while. So this is going to let up soon. But that void moon all day long. And then we also have Venus sextile Saturn. So we have Venus here, sextile Saturn as well. There's a lot going on here. We also have Mercury square the nodes. So there's a lot going on still. There's a lot of energy happening. I feel like Saturday is going to be a good day to be able to get some things done if you are not struck down by the void moon, because a lot of times with the void moon, it just feels like you can't get anything accomplished, like there's a brick wall in trying to get anything accomplished. I actually like void moons because it helps me to slow down a little bit if I do want to get things accomplished, especially with Venus sextile Saturn. You know, I mean, I like actually doing research and stuff on Saturdays because it's Saturn's day, and I like to get work done on Saturday. So this is the kind of energy where I would get work done. Now, for those of you that work all week long and just want to relax and chill, you may find that like maybe there's chores that you want to get done on Saturday and Sunday. Like this might be a chore kind of weekend where you want to get things taken care of and kind of like checked off your to-do list. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you haven't taken your Christmas tree down. This weekend would be the time to do that. Some people keep it up all year. I'm not judging. It's fine. Like, I get it. I don't like doing decorations because I don't like putting them up. I like putting them up, but I don't like taking them down and putting them away. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that likes to do the fun thing, but I don't like cleaning up the fun thing. Don't make me clean it up. Sunday, we will see. So this is overnight. This is like the sky is going to be real dancing and doing all sorts of things overnight. And then Sunday, the moon isn't really doing much. Not really talking to anybody or doing anything on Sunday. Might be a little bit cranky. There's sort of, I mean, like I sort of feel like when a Virgo doesn't have anything to do, they just get really, really cranky. And I'm just saying. And then there's going to be another Earth trine to Uranus and Mercury and Mars overnight for that Virgo moon. So dreams might be sort of off the hook, I think, Sunday night into Monday morning. But I just feel like there's just going to be a lot of opportunities for you to just get things done. I feel like, some of us I think it sort of depends on where the Virgo moon is in your chart. Sometimes you just, during void moons like this, like people just want to sleep all weekend. Like I bet Virgo moons will just want to sleep all weekend. I bet they won't want to do a whole lot of much going on all weekend. We do have on Sunday, here, let me back up here a little bit. On Sunday, we do have Mercury trine Uranus that is now direct. Hallelujah. So Mercury is automatically like activating direct Uranus, even though it's still kind of moving slowly. Uranus is moving slowly at that direct motion, only at 19 degrees. But kind of like activating. And so, you may find that things like words, actions that you're taking, things that you're saying and doing, that there are actually changes occurring because of that. It may be something that you've said in the past, and now you're starting to see things are starting to move forward. But you may also find that you're having like really brilliant ideas and have like a really open, perceptive view of things. But I mean, a lot of times this is like, I want to evolve for the future. I want to make changes for the future. And these are all the things that I want to do it. Right. So this is a really great day to like, to kind of sit down and just be like, what do I want to see? What do I want to do for my future? That feeling that you've had building up of like, I know what's on the other side. I know what's on the other side. I know what's on the other side. What do I do with all this energy? This is that time for you. That Virgo moon is giving you an opportunity to be like, okay, what do you want to do? Instead of, I mean, you could utilize the energy in a silly way and like overextend yourself in some way and make make poor decisions. But we also have Venus trine Jupiter too this day. So, there are like these Venus is here and Jupiter is over here, right? So we have this Venus trine Jupiter. And we have Mars Well, Mars was square the nodes, and then the nodes popped into the 17th degree. But yeah, just like there's stimulating conversations and, you know, meeting new people. I do think that Sunday is going to feel better than Saturday does. I sort of feel like Saturday feels like a work day and Sunday feels more like a play kind of day. But you know, really pay attention to that Mercury and Mars is still conjunct, and like, so really slow down and be anchored. Let the Virgo moon anchor you, right? Let that happen for Sunday. But yeah, it's kind of, it feels like Sunday sort of feels like a manifesting day to me. That feels like one of those Wheel of Fortune days that I was talking about in all of the rising sign readings I did. You know, January feels like a Wheel of Fortune day. And the Wheel of Fortune happens when divine timing happens, right? When all the planets are aligned. Look how that's aligned right there, that trine. If we even, it'll get even deeper as we get into the middle of the night, overnight. Crazy dreams. Look at that Earth trine with Mercury and Uranus that's direct and the moon. So it just feels like a lot of energy activations that are happening. So, you know, through all of the negativity that's going on, this is that kind of day where we can start seeing things change. And it's like, okay, now I can like actually start feeling a little better about the future. So weekend is going to be an interesting one. There's a lot happening. All right, let's get an oracle card for Saturday and Sunday. Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Nice. Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. This is really, I feel like this is a lot about being discerning and, you know, staying aware of the environment that you're in. Kind of having tunnel vision, right? Like it almost feels like some advice. Like this is a weekend for focus. This is a weekend where you want to bring all of those big ideas that you have and bring them in and like kind of focus on just one thing right now, just so you can start, right? Because it's really overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I just gave myself advice. I love when that happens. That's hilarious. I just gave myself advice. But when you're thinking about all the things that you have to do, like all of those overwhelming things, right? You get very, very overwhelmed. Bring it in, right? What's one thing that you can do to be less overwhelmed? One thing, just one thing, right? And be very discerning, right? Like now is not a time for you to make chaotic choices. Now is a time for you to make thoughtful and discerning choices for your life. You will thank yourself by making thoughtful and discerning choices for your life. I promise you'll thank yourself one day. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And, you know, take really good care of yourselves and take good care of each other. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.